Be my man, be my weekend lover, but you'll be my friend. You can be my bad boy, but understand that. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with the VeVe, OMI, Definity, DEVVE update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, and subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon, smashing the super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. Quite a bit to go over today, as usual. Actually, it's not that bad. That's a lie. I feel like I just say that all the time. It is not that bad. Let's go over. What do I have here? VeVe continues, charity drops, fundamentals. Okay, all right. Yeah, we got that. Some things that VeVe has announced recently that I haven't really had time to go over. One, the drop date for the new stamp collection is going to be the 29th. I am very curious on what. Oh, did they make it that? Oh, they did. They did. Okay. I could have sworn that the drop for the lunar snake, I could have sworn that would have been on like the actual. I thought it wasn't going to be on the 29th. I thought it was going to be actually. When is Chinese New Year? Because I could have sworn it was a different date. Oh no, it's 29th. So on Chinese New Year, we will be able to go in and get those stamps. I have all of them. That's one of the ones that I typically don't collect one of like everything in the set, unless it's like Marvel Mighties. I have most of those, with exception of the Noir. And then the Mermicornos and Unicornos, there was a super scarce one that came out of San Diego Comic-Con. And then the lunar stamps. I have all of them, just because I thoroughly enjoy the Chinese zodiac. I'm the year of the horse, and next year, baby, next year is my year. It's the year of the horse. But I collect all these because they're very familiar. Reading Fruits Basket growing up, and that's the other thing. I feel like they are ready to push into Asia. I'll get a little bit more on that later. Anyway, the year of the stamp. So these are, I don't want to say nothing special. Again, I collect all of them, but they're $6. They're 5,888 for the common, and then for the secret rare is only 588. I think for the tiger, I spent like a couple $100 like from the store. Like, no, gotta get the secret rare, and I could have just bought one for like $30. So be advised, like, you can go do that. You can go hunt for great mints. You can get number 21 as the those are the first ones that are available instead of 41 like normal. You can get the 6.9, you get the 420, you can get again all of the ones that are fun. But to be honest, if you just want the secret rare, if you just want to complete the set, you don't care if it's a virgin variant or you don't care if you get it, you might as well just go. And last time it was $30. Although this time it is going to be a little bit more scarce. Instead of 888 is 588. So this is probably going to be maybe like 40 or $50 for this, which I'd probably pay for it because again, I get all of these. But if you don't want to just keep pulling that, pulling that slot lever, and suddenly, 30 times later, oh, it's $180. Probably shouldn't have done that. Probably should have just spent the 50. Again, that's just my opinion. You can all do what you want. So this is not about VeVe specifically. This is more about OMI. If anyone took a look at, let's take a look at CoinMarketCap first, because CoinMarketCap has all of the up-to-date info, even though I think generally CoinMarketCap is pretty slow. But if you look at OMI's total supply on CoinMarketCap, it says 305 billion OMI. Okay, well, why does it say that? It says that because we burned 5.5 billion OMI just the other day. But if you go to CoinGecko is a little slow here, and they still have this total supply at 310. Now, when I was going over whether it was 4chan or whether it was Grumpy Cat, which is now the Cat, more on that later, a lot of these exchanges wanted you to be like uniform on CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko and all this, and just say like, hey, if you have two different places, if you have two different circulating supplies or total supplies, it gets confusing to people. Please have those uniform. So I have a feeling that because they're different now, certain exchanges might not be on board. However, if you go and you take a look at crypto.com, I don't know why this one has it, but crypto.com, I don't know where it also has that 305 billion supply. And I feel like crypto.com is not an exchange that we have. Again, go over to CoinMarketCap and you can take a look at all the exchanges. Uniswap, OKX, MEXC, Gate.io, Bitmart, Ascendex, BVOX, Exchange. It has Aerodrome. So it has, and this is not including the ones that had Renegade listed. We don't have that exchange yet, but if they're looking at trying to get on exchanges, like I feel like there's no reason for crypto.com to be that up to date with this unless there was some type of contact in between there. Now, again, maybe I'm just like Chavez, bro. They just, that could have just been automatic. They could just have AI. That does not mean, like, you're right. It could have been any one of those things, but I think it is something that should just at least be looked at. Again, just in my opinion. Anyway, so that is some of the speculation that had been going on. Be like, hey, you see it on CoinMarketCap. They have the right one. CoinGecko doesn't even have that. Why would that happen? And yeah, probably. I would say there's a greater than 10% chance that there was some type of contact. They're like, hey, here's the actual numbers. Now, again, maybe you could just chalk it up to like, bro, they pay somebody like $17 an hour, and that's what they do. They just check circulating supplies on everyone. They just updated it, and yeah, you're right. Most likely it was that. But I think there is that chance that it's just they were in contact, and maybe we get a listing at some point. But yeah, crypto do be going down though. Let's take a look at everything. So if you just look at the market cap, just little bit of a dip here. I feel like Sunday nights are generally like this, just because then you have the big boys come in and buy everything in the on Monday morning when the banks open. Bitcoin down 3%, Ethereum 4.2, XRP 4.8, Solana 7.5, BNB 4%, Dogecoin 7%, Cardano 5%, Lido Stake 4.3, and there is, outside of stable coins, there is 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4, again, outside of stable coins, there are 4 tokens in the top 100 that are not in the negative. They are all negative. Some, I don't think any of them are really down like crazy. Bitget tokens down 10%. So and Pepe is down 11. Trump is down 13%. So there are a couple that are down double digits, but Athena, and virtual protocols, so they're down. But again, in crypto, that's pretty normal. Let's take a look at what the DEVVE has been doing here. And we're not done with OMI. We'll get back to that. So DEVVE is actually up 1.7% on the day. It did range between $1.29 and $1.44. So we're at $1.33 right now. The volume is 1.1 million, which is better than OMI, but it is not. There's been a couple of days where we've had $4 or $5 million in volume, and that's when we went from 12 cents to like up to $1.80. I would say there are. A buddy of mine asked me before, like, we have this big announcement, and what do you think happens to DEVVE in 60 days? And I was like, I don't know. Depends on. I mean, there's a bunch of smaller announcements that happened before then. So let's say if there's 6 smaller announcements and you get one every 2 weeks, okay, you have 12 weeks. So maybe you don't get something in 60 days. Maybe you get something in 3 months, and then the middle of Q2. That's when you get the announcement, whatever it is. That's possible. Or they can go and say like, hey, they announced a big thing sometime in February. I don't know what it is. I don't know what type of impact it'll have. If it's something huge, I don't know, 4x, 5x from here. If it's not something that big and kind of a letdown, you might actually even see a sell off, and you might see it go back down to 80 cents. You might say, I don't know. Again, this type of thing, I think everyone will be using in the future. Just the T+0 settlement time. The costs are like a 1/10,000th of an ETH, or the cost of what ETH is. Again, layer 1 blockchain, all the stuff that it can do, 8 million transactions per second, which is insane. So yeah, I would go off and I would say that this is probably going to be in a lot better position in 60 to 90 days than it is right now. But again, I could be wrong. Who knows? Definity not having the greatest day. Let's go over that real quick before we get on to the rest of the OMI. Down about 12% on the day. I think this was going down though before the main market was going down. So it has been between 3.2 cents and 3.7 cents, about 3.2 cents right now. Volume 24,000. So again, not a lot, not really a ton going on there. Fully diluted is 5.5 million, but right now the market cap's under 5 million at 4.969. Everyone comment nice down below with the 69. And it's been 10 minutes. Let's go over a couple of comments. We got Jim T, great to hear. Yo, what up, Jim T? How's it going? VeVe Ben saying, morning all, love to see the charity arm of VeVe developing more. So much more potential, agreed. Sorry, I was hydrating. Water's so good. VeVe Ben, thank you so much for being a member. That means a lot. So I had asked David a couple of years ago about a charity arm that they're apparently building. I don't know if this is, I guess technically this would be part of it. But Ben had said that, like, yeah, you know, the VeVe community really came out for us. And I feel like, and again, my feelings are not a priority here at VeVe, but as they should not be. It should just be what can help the company make money, grow, get that revenue, build that profit margin, how to become more vertically integrated, grow the business, et cetera, grow the hobby. Feelings should not necessarily be part of that. Maybe the feelings of customers sometimes, but for this, I think it would behoove them to have a couple of drops like in the war chest, like at the bottom of the barrel, like, hey, God forbid something else happens, we can go in and we could do something like this, and we could drop it right away. Because this, you know, obviously it doesn't, I don't want to say it doesn't matter, but these people need all the help they can get. And it is very good that they're doing this. Better late than never, especially now that we can see, okay, where best to allocate these resources. So in some aspects, it might be better to raise it now as opposed to when it first started. From a PR standpoint, you got to do this like as soon as it happens. Like you got to have like people on the ground be like, hey, we're here to help. People in VeVe teacher and just the volunteers just going. And again, we're not there yet. We're not that type of level of company yet. But if anyone remembers Avengers: Age of Ultron, where there's this construction project going and Tony Iron Man is just like, hey, how fast can we buy this building? And then he like legit throws or like pile drives Hulk through a building. Great fight. Anyway, like as soon as he's back on the ship, probably before he's on the ship, like the Stark Foundation or Avengers Foundation, whatever it is on site. They're helping right away. And now, granted, he's the one that caused the freaking thing, caused all the damage, him and Hulk. But that's the type of thing where I would love to see VeVe like as a company, and again from a PR standpoint, be like, you got to have people there like right away. And again, they're not there yet. That's fine. And I understand that they might never be at that point because that's not the point of VeVe. The point is for digital collectibles. But if you want to build out that charity arm and you want to go on, and I think the best course of action right now is to have one of these drops done. Like, and I know they have a drop schedule. I know, like, but in their drop schedule, like, what drops are done on Monday? I don't know why there's no drops done on Monday. I'm sure there's a very good reason, but that could be one of those days where as soon as something happens, and I hope there's never anything that happens again that needs this type of thing. I hope this is the last time they have to do it. But unfortunately, as we know, we are human. Disasters happen on Earth, and because of humans, because of nature, what have you. But I think that the next time, hopefully it's not for a very long time, knock on wood, that this type of thing happens, that VeVe can be like, okay, we have a drop plan, it's ready to go, and drop it in a few days. Like the next free day that they have. Now, maybe there's a contract with one of their licensors say you can't have anything before or after this drop. I don't know why they would book that in, but maybe there's that type of reason. And again, I know they have a drop schedule. I'm guessing like years out. Like I'm in my best speculatory mind, I would say they probably have people that are waiting for like years to do a drop. So I understand to be like, hey, we have a very tight schedule and it's like impossible to keep up as is. We can't just throw these things in here all willy-nilly whenever there's a disaster. Although I think that's probably part of the reason why they keep Mondays open, in case something happens. What if they could capitalize on something? And again, I love that they're doing. They did not have to do this at all. again, they're a digital collectibles company. They're trying to grow. This is not something that they like. This, I assume, is costing them at the very least somebody's salary, somebody's time, and allocating resources someplace where they're not going to make any money. Like this is a net negative for VeVe's balance sheet. So again, we should be very thankful that they're doing this. And I'm being super nitpicky here. I understand that. But if we're going down this road to like have this charity arm, and we're gonna have this like, okay, for next time, let's have it like a couple of days after this would happen. And again, that's my goal. Some places, some charities, they never get there. And again, VeVe's charity arm hasn't really been officially built out yet. This is just something that they're doing where, like, again, a lot of pressure from people because they did it once. They did a splendid job raising, I think, $750,000 for the victims of Ukraine when Russia kind of invaded there. And I think there's been like 1 million casualties so far. It's horrible. But we got like that nice video from the Red Cross, and all these donations will be going to the Red Cross, and that's going to be great. But yeah, anyway, those are just some of my thoughts on it. Anywho, let's go to some of these. So guys, I know I just asked like open up your pocketbooks for my last charity stream. I think we raised like 10 or 12K, somewhere in between there, which was great. VeVe LA Strong Hearts. So these are going to be on the 27th. Is that a Monday? No, it's a Tuesday. Oh yeah, it's tomorrow. The Monday. Okay, great. It is, so they're all secret rare, I believe. $15 each. There's gonna be 1781. They're gonna total of 50, so 1731 times 15. There's 6 of them, so 155,790. If they all sell out, I'm not 100% sure that they will. But yeah, all of these profits are just gonna go. Well, all the funds. There's not gonna be any profits here. All of the funds will go to them. We'll go to. So again, really happy that they're doing this. This is it's good. It's the right thing to do, but good karma, good good PR for them. This is they're doing the right stuff here in all cases. And ooh, the black one looks nice. So the LA Strong black, I like the black. It's sleek as always. Can I quote Rocky and it's Rocky 1? I like black. Black's kind of one of my favorite colors. Yeah, Rocky 1, Rocky 5. It's one of the bookends. And then so there's a Heart of Renewal. It's a one-of-one silent auction. Saying silent auctions let you collect an entirely new and private way. It's a one-of-one. There's I don't know. I don't know how many thousands are going to go to it. So this is one of those things where I think it's very possible that you see David and Dan go and be like, we're gonna try to buy it. One, because David likes these types of things. I'm pretty sure you're gonna see this go for several $1,000s. It's not a one-of-one from like a Marvel art. Now, granted, these one-of-ones that happen in general, they go for thousands in general, and those like for Marvel artists, but this is like, I don't know, kind of like a flex. What's the minimum amount? All right, there's 0 entry fee. Hold on. New, poignant, symbolic digital collectible created to honor, support efforts in combating the devastating impact of California wildfires. So the piece is more than just a collectible. It's a statement of resilience, renewal, power of unity in the face of environmental devastation. Place your bid for this one. For this one-of-one collectible via auction. All proceeds go into Red Cross to aid wildfire relief. It doesn't have a minimum bid. Oh no, the starting bid is 1781. I'll go on, and auction date's Monday, the 27th through January 31st. So I'll probably start the bidding as soon as I'm able to, because it starts January 8th. I'm sorry, January 27th at 8 a.m. Pacific, so 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This will likely go for several thousand, and that'll be great. Anywho, let's move on from that, shall we? I feel like I spent a lot of time on that. Thano T, what's going on? Dig the logo. Red Blackwell says, what do you feel about the VeVe draft of the LA fire victims with nothing for North Carolina hurricane victims? Well, the North Carolina hurricane victims, they got wrecked like, I think like twice, because I think there was a hurricane, and there was something in conjunction with that too. No, it wasn't like an earthquake. It was, long story short, they just got wrecked. Like, I think because they were in, like, you had to travel through like these mountains, and like they couldn't get help because something was down or the roads were down, and even people that were going to like trying to like, hey, I have a helicopter, let me fly up there and bring water and bring supplies, and they were like told not to, and something very fishy was going on. I'm not 100% sure. I didn't look into it too much, but I remember like these people are trying to help, and you're telling them not to help. Like, what the fudge is going on? Anyway, finally now, I think Trump got into, I don't know if it was like a regulation or they vote or anything, but these guys that had like no place to live, their house got destroyed, whatever, and they've been like for like months just got the shit end of the stick. He got them into like Airbnbs or like hotels or something, and it's just slightly better now. Like their life is still horrible, but slightly better. I don't know how many there were. I don't know how. So again, I love that VeVe's doing this. I don't know if there's like a threshold where like, okay, well, if there has to be a certain amount of people affected, or there has to be a certain amount of damage that's done, and I don't know how they do it. I also do not remember, like I did not ask VeVe to go on and be like, and like, hey, like, can we do something for the North Carolina hurricane victims? Maybe that was my bad. I didn't. Now I've said on stream, I don't know how many of these streams, how much of these streams people watch. But I was pretty vocal and like, hey, VeVe should do something here. Well, I think because maybe the LA fires got a lot more news coverage than the North Carolina hurricane victims, and I think South Carolina got, yeah. So I remember going there, and I almost had to like stay there. The hotel went out of power. It was dark and scary. But yeah, I don't know why they didn't. I don't know why I didn't advocate for it. Again, might be my bad. Maybe it's just because it wasn't, and I knew it was happening. Maybe I didn't know how bad it was, or maybe I just didn't. And I was pretty close to it. Again, my ex that was down there, again, pretty close to it. Knew people that were up in the North Carolina. So I don't know. Again, maybe it just didn't have as much damage as the LA fires, which I think were pretty horrible. Now, obviously, with the LA fires, that got a lot more news coverage just because that was politicized a lot more. There's a lot of finger blaming over there, finger pointing. And with the North Carolina hurricanes, there wasn't that much that you could blame. Okay, it's a hurricane, horrible stuff. Obviously, maybe they should have. I don't know. But also, like, how many times can you go and ask VeVe to do this? Again, I really want them to do it for the LA fires. I'm glad they did, because it was such a major one. So much damage, so much loss. And I, not that North Carolina wasn't, let's Google it. Let's see. How much damage was caused in the North Carolina. Carolina hurricane. Says 104 fatalities. That's Hurricane Helene. So 50. God damn. $59.6 billion. Preliminary estimate of, yeah, wow. Okay, so that was clearly a lot. Okay, let's how much damage did the LA fires cause? Okay, well, this was 250 billion, and this was as of a few days ago. So okay, being like 5 times larger. I don't know what the threshold would be, and again, how many times can you go and ask them to do this? Like, every little thing can they do? they can't do this all the time. They do have to, kind of pick their poison. Is that the right word? Is that the right order? Who is this? Oh, very nice. Oh, sorry. I don't know. Short answer is I don't know. How do I feel about it? Again, my hope and wish happen eventually is that VeVe becomes such a big company that they don't have to pick and choose which disasters to help and which not to help, and they can help with all of them. Again, the company's just not big enough right now. So they probably do have to pick and choose. Like, okay, if it's $250 billion in damage, like LA is, then they do it. If it's any less than that, maybe they don't. Again, I don't know what the reason is. I'm sure it's a very good one, but yeah, it doesn't feel good to not be able to help. So, yeah, hopefully we can get VeVe to a point where they can do those types of things, and we will work harder. Mr. MC1, like, hi all. Oh, meow meow meow, Mr. MC1, meow meow meow. Would love to see a lot more of the OMI OMI rocket ship to the moon signature. Oh, of course, I think we can. Oh, who is? This is a great list and a good scripture. Should I go over the DEVVE? Hold on. We're hardened by the systems. Productized SaaS product. Okay, yeah, no, another time. All right, where was it? Who just? Okay, so price alert. Yeah, Ethereum do be down though. Everyone do be down. Let me go to ask you guys a quick favor. If y'all can just smash that like button, the free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways of Patreon. So super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. You know the drill. Sketch Lab says, "Hey everyone. Hey now. Hey now. This is what dreams are made of." Okay, let's get to the rest of the news here. Should we continue with the OMI real quick? So little math, because I like math. I like numbers. A little bit of the tism. If 5,000 people were to buy just $5,000 each worth of OMI at this price point, similar to what I did the other day, even though, granted, yesterday the OMI kind of was just transferred. I didn't actually. I will pay for it in sweat and blood and my expertise, but you know what I mean. If people did what I did the other day and they're able to acquire another 18 million OMI for about 5K, if 5,000 people did that, $5,000 each, that's $25 million. And I feel like we get $2 million in volume and the price go up like 50%. 25 million? I don't know. We like triple, quadruple. Triple doesn't even get us 001. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but VeVe does well, Stacker does well, VeVeverse does well, the affiliate program does well. It doesn't need to be that serious. Like those numbers could be very small compared to what I think might be coming. Again, just my opinion. So right now, presumably you could search for the token on any platform. Again, talking about OMI, and they just ask an aggregator and route through like 1inch or similar provider. Let me move on here. Just some food. So the 5.6 billion that was burned, as I was mentioning before, that was the cumulative burn that would have occurred over a 2-year period with the original tokenomics. So everyone's saying like, hey, when buybacks, when burns. Again, the 5.6 billion, that they did that all at once because that would have been more than what they would have done over a 2-year period. So I'm fine with them doing that over and over again. Over and over again. I don't care how, where, or when. Or you could have buybacks back. Now, buybacks might be a little sexier. I'd rather them do this because this essentially just burns more. But if you want the buybacks, I think we can get those at some point. I think that regulatory clarity has to come in. Anyway, let's go on to. I was watching that. There's Ben Rose. Love Ben Rose. Again, I went over a little bit yesterday, but Ramin Nasabov, almost 800,000 followers, is following JVZON, head of affiliates over at VeVe Official. This person is exceedingly busy and seems like really, really influential people are following him. I don't know why. I think we know why. Pacific Pudgy. Oh, hold on. Gary Mao. All right, sorry, not important. But yeah, definitely open up those pocketbooks tomorrow for the VeVe charity. I know I will. I don't think I'll be able to go in and go live for it. I will be live, obviously, tonight. I got the reason why I'm a little bit late tonight at 9 instead of 8 is because what's the Bills score? Oh, I'm just watching football. Oh, it's 29-29. Oh my God. Yeah, it's 29-29. 6 minutes left. Oh. I'm rooting for the Bills, not gonna lie. I'm sorry. I got it. Chiefs just like when you have Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady in this conference championships for the last 15 years, it's like enough is enough. And you gotta like, you gotta root for someone else. I'm gonna root for the Bills here. I hope they get it. I hope they win. Well, we'll see. Anyway, let's who just did that? Yeah, a little bit of a buy, small buy for Definity at 3.2 cents right now. Give that a little fire. So over on Star Dogs yesterday, yesterday? Yeah, today's Sunday. Yesterday was the Star Dog space. They had a mega space. Darcy Donovan was there. I was there. A bunch of people were there. And I don't know if she was joking. She wanted to run for governor of California. I'll endorse her. I will support her. I thoroughly love her as a person and what she does. And again, that's just me. Happy Republic Day to all of the people in India. I know that was yesterday. I forgot it. That is my B. Or maybe it is today. I don't know. No, I'm pretty sure it was yesterday. So Eric Trump confirms U.S.-based crypto projects will benefit from zero capital gains tax. This does not help OMI at all. This does not help Definity at all. This might help DEVVE. I actually don't know if that'll help DEVVE, but either way, a lot of money coming into crypto because, again, zero capital gains. And I know it's like, well, that's only going to be on the American stuff, right? Yes, but eventually people will sell that stuff, not have a big tax on it, and it'll flow into other stuff. Effective immediately. So something came across my memories the other day, and there's only 2 of these photos out there, and I only know where one of them is. My friend Dennis has one, and my friend Zenobia had the other one. I don't know what happened to it. If anyone finds that, they could buy it and bring it back to me. I'll pay a finder's fee. I assume it was at like a garage sale or something. Anyway, hedge funds, not gonna lie, this is so stupid. Mario Nawful yesterday saying the 4.4 to 7 million I burned is now worth 15 million. Somebody made a Mario crypto on Solana, sent him like 70% of it, and then he like burned it, which was bananas, and that was worth so much. I don't know if it's worth anything now. It was yesterday, but let's take a look. See Mario. Let's give him a. Oh, it's up 99% today, so it's up $12 million market cap. Oh, yesterday it was up to like a 30-something million market cap. But either way, anyone that made money on that, good for y'all. What's up, Sketch Lab? Walrus King, thank you both for being members. Love the LA drop. Go VeVe. Same. Yep, love the LA drop. Same here, Mr. MC1. Jayco saying, hey, Randy and everyone. Round, get around. I get around. Round. Ooh. Mr. MC1 saying hello to the audience. How low can Definity go? So it generally trades between about 2.5 and about 6.5 cents. Every now and then it'll wick down to like 2. I don't think it's been below there in like a year. So it's possible it goes down there. We shall see. JKRB, give me those dabs. Are you in on XCN? I don't know what that is, but I'll take a look. What is X-Ray Charlie November? Onyx coin? Onyx like the Pokemon? Well, it's a 1.3 or 1.1 billion dollar market cap. So hold on. Then it's got to have a. Oh my God! There's so many messages. I can't. I'm not keeping up with these. These are not. Anyway, was it XN? Number 103. Let's take a look at the last couple of them. Okay, this literally had like no volume. It's up like, well, it's up like 1,200% the last 14 days. So I'm not. I think the time for me to get in is probably over. Probably. But let's see what it does. Let's see what market cap are we at. Yeah, 1.1, then 1.7 fully diluted, 1.5 billion trading volume. All right, let's go to Twitter. Let's see what they're about. It's the backbone of decentralized Web3 protocols, powered by Onyx Coin. 46,000 followers. On their pinned tweet, they're not allowing any comments. But 4 hours ago, they made a post, got 40,000 impressions. They made another post, got 80,000 impressions. So their stuff is getting a lot of impressions. I'm very impressed with that. The community has been overwhelmingly in favor of our suggestions around token burn. Now this might be just because it's pumping, but the backbone of, all right. So why is it the backbone? Let's go to their website. Or by X launch. All right, let's can we get like the team here? Yeah, circulation supply, total supply, the treasury. Okay, Onyx DAO is granted 15 billion, send utilize in advancing blockchain Web3 initiatives and finance opportunities. They had to have partnered with someone recently, right? I am not seeing the team here. Developers, govern. If somebody can direct me to like their team, that would be great, because I am not really seeing disclaimer, motivation program security, availability consensus data model introduction, disclaimer. XCN tokens are not securities. Okay. I would really like to see their team, and I am just not getting it here. So that is a little bit of a okay. Not KFC, Kansas City Chiefs. They scored a field goal. There's 3 minutes left. Oh good. Sorry. Yeah, so that's something that I am a tad skeptical on, is that I don't see the team behind them. But again, their engagement is on point, and the token's been pumping. Might need to lead to more green candles. I just don't know like what they do, and like what partners that they might have. So I assume there was a big announcement like recently, but we'll see. So as a stacker, VeVe and Dr. Profit are putting in a mega effort with a ton of innovation to create many use cases for OMI. I'm a big supporter of all three of them, and so we'll fully support and believe. Same here. Same here, fam. Wow, there's a lot of comments. I'm going to get to them. There's a bumped. Oh yeah, I didn't even go over bump. There's a buddy of mine that bought a little bit of bump, but it was just all of the dumping was on MEXC, and we weren't okay. So it's actually back up, and it was down to like 0.008. It's almost up to like 1 cent again. But yeah, 65,000 in volume. Most of it was sales on, yeah, 54K of it was like sales on like MEXC. Lyle says, what are your thoughts on VeVe supporting LA fire victims, ignoring the 53 million OMI? And I'm pissed. They only care about the rich. I mean, it is not just the rich that had their homes burnt down. Like it's not. This one is like, did more rich people's homes get destroyed in LA than in North Carolina? Yes, but the LA fires just caused like 5 times as much damage in general, so that was going to happen regardless. But again, I don't think I would ever be pissed for VeVe doing something good. I know you're not pissed at them for doing something good. You are pissed at them for not doing some that we're being selective on the good that they do. Understand, but you also have to understand that they can't help everyone. And again, I do not remember. Maybe there was, and I just forgot, or I just didn't see it. But I do not remember a ton of people going up and saying like, "Hey, can we do something for the North Carolina hurricane?" But I don't even think I was one of them that did it. I don't remember. Maybe I did. Maybe I said like, "Hey, maybe we should do something for these guys," like we did at Ukraine. I don't remember if I did or not. I don't think I did, but I do remember being vocal about this LA fire right now. Maybe just enough people kind of made a stink about it, like, "Hey, VeVe, probably do something here," and that's what they did. Or maybe they had planned for it before, and they're like, "Okay, guys, we're working on it." I don't know, but again, I kind of answered this beforehand. I would never be pissed at them for doing charity work, and again, it's not the goal is to try to help them grow so they can do this more often. So the community push for the LA fire support for North Carolina hurricane was brought up by the team. They would have held one. Yeah, so that, yeah. If I mean, if that's all it took, guys, then blame me, because I was pretty vocal about this one. I do not remember myself being vocal about the North Carolina one. That's my bad. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's on me. Everyone ours is, hey Randy, just snagged another 5 million OMI. Went back. Is it 85 million? God damn. Everyone are I'm gonna take a picture of that and I'm gonna text my friendos, because that is awesome. Everything is awesome when you're part of a team. You guys are making me bullish. I'll try to get more. The next batch of money that I get, like next month, should really go more to like more DEVVE or something. Yeah. Is Monday an American Sunday in New Zealand? No, Monday in New Zealand is Sunday in America. So Monday in America is Tuesday in New Zealand. So yeah. Brent Bible says, so the community in Carolina. I'm sure that we did. Again, I had someone that was very close to me that was in northern South Carolina, and she got affected. I was there. Congrats. I know. Congrats. Meow. And again, I never said that I was okay with it. Clearly, if you can see it now, or before I even read your stuff when I was talking to. Oh, okay. I was talking to you. Yeah. Yeah. It's like I said, we'll try to do better. Moving on. Yeah. I mean, again, I'm sure there were other people, like if you're making being vocal about it now, I'm sure you were vocal when it was happening. I really honestly don't remember people really talking about it all that much, that VeVe should do. I remember like it going on. I just don't remember people saying like, "Hey, VeVe, do something about it." Yo, Bill Gardner, what up? Meow. But yeah. So if you're, I hope it goes there. If it goes there, I'm gonna get a lot. Will it go there? I don't know. We'll see, but I will get a lot. Mr. MC1 saying, hi, Bill. Okay, so yeah, that's why you probably weren't vocal about it, because you were busy. And yeah, again, why didn't I? Again, I didn't. Like I said, on me. Yeah, I mean, and any place that has a disaster like that, doesn't matter how much money you throw at it, it's going to be hurting for a while. And that's like one of the main. I mean, there's a lot of issues in LA, but one of the main ones is that, and I don't know if this is just a gross misunderstanding of how the free market works, or if it's just like we want to keep these people poor and down and the downtrodden. We don't want them to rise up, because now I'll explain it two different ways, and here's how it is being explained by the people in charge of California, at least up until the last couple days. These people in LA have been through enough, and we don't need people that are not native to LA come in, right? Like, see that these people are desperate, like rank up, like hike up these prices of rebuilding houses, and then like price gouging these people. So we're going to pass laws that say like you're not allowed to do that. It cannot be any more than like 10% of the going rate before the fires, because these people have been through enough. We don't want people to get taken advantage of. So I understand if you hear that, like, yeah, that's a good idea. Don't kick me while we're down. If anything, give us a break, give us a discount. But then you have to take a look at the consequences of that. Okay, what were to happen if you were to allow that to happen and allow the free market to do their thing? Because now, if you go and do that, at which they did, nobody coming in, nobody from Washington, nobody from Utah, nobody from Florida, New York, or any of these other construction companies are going to go to LA, because it's not worth it for them. It's better for them if they just stay in their hometown or wherever they are. But if they were able to, if this ridiculous law was not passed, they would be able to come into California, and yes, some people would have to pay 30, 40, 50% more for construction costs than they would have, 2 months prior. But it would at least get done. And the more people that come in, they'll compete for the prices until it gets down to about the same level. Again, that's the free market. It'll get down to about the same level that it was, before this. But if they do what LA is doing right now, then you have, I don't know how many homes. Let's Google this right now. How many homes were destroyed by the LA fires? It says thousands of homes, but then over 9,400 structures. Palisades fires. Okay, so there's actually 12,000 structures, but like half of them were like schools, businesses. So let's say like 6,000. So you have 6,000 homes that were destroyed that need to be rebuilt, and you're not adding a single new contractor. You're not adding a single new construction company. The same, like, so you have an extra 6,000 new homes that need to be built, and you pass a law saying that you can't charge anymore, which disincentivizes people from other states to come in and help, because it's not worth it for them. And now it's going to take years for these people in order to go in and rebuild their homes. And again, I can understand if you don't know anything about economics, or if you don't know anything about free market, why you would not want to do that. Why these LA politicians do what they're doing. But then you have that other question of like, okay, it could just be a gross misunderstanding, or it could be because, hey, what happened in Hawaii? All of these people lost their homes, and these corporations and these rich people were going in, and they were buying their houses for like 10 cents on the dollar. And that's exactly what's happening in LA. Because again, the LA politicians, the government, they're like, you know what? Let's not go in and do these brush fires, these controlled fires, because that's going to be a bad carbon footprint. And now the fires are like 10 times worse than they would have been if they would have done those. And now the carbon footprint is like so much times bigger. Again, there's multiple examples of these. I don't want to really get too much into it. But last year they said they wanted LA to be a smart city with no plans on how to do that. Just said arbitrary statement. We want LA to be a smart city. Well, now that it's burned to the ground and you can rebuild it however you want, because a lot of these people that don't have these insurances to cover, they're sitting on empty plots of land. A lot of these corporations and rich people are going to go in and they're going to buy these plots of land for pennies on the dollar. And they're going to go in and they're going to say they're just going to sit on them, and they're going to wait for these government contracts, whatever, to come in to build that smart city. And you hate to go in and be like super negative like that. Be like, bro, it was just a disaster, and shit happens, and it was just negligence, and it was just horrendous, a horrendous way of handling it. And you know what? Fair. But I, again, feeling like if you have to look at it at all angles, that's the other angle I look at it at. But yeah, I understand. Like, and I imagine what's happening in LA as far as the mismanagement of funds and reallocation of resources are also happening in North Carolina. Yeah, I do. The fact that they were, I mean, supposedly it's a bit better now because I think the new administration gotten them into like hotels or Airbnbs or something. But yeah, being tent and freezing weather is insane. Why the other administration didn't do anything about that is beyond me. I have no idea why. And so let's focus on LA this week, and after that we can lead effort, and I'm sure people will support. Yeah, Brent, let me know if you have ideas. Or I just post under, dude. You post to boycott, dude. That's not cool, man. That is not the way. Like that is not the way. So yeah, or are you for the North Carolina? Yeah, man, that's I don't think I would ever tell somebody to not donate to, so like, and I understand it hits close to home to you because you're there and you lost people, but like, so I was in New York when 9/11 happened, because I'm showing my age there, but and yeah, lost people, friends, and friends' parents, and there were I'm imagining in other parts of the country there were, I mean, the Pentagon was more, whatever happened later that year, early next year, whatever, if there was like a fundraiser for something else, I would never go and say like, no, we're still hurting here in New York, don't donate to that. Like, I would just never do that. But again, I understand where we're coming from. I was told to ask by Trump supporters, they ignore North Carolina people because that area is pro-Trump. I do remember hearing something about that. You triggered a core memory, and that's horrible. So again, glad this new administration seems to be helping a bit. Yeah. What's up, Luigi? I love that VeVe support in LA and will fully support. Other efforts are independent, and I will support. Mr. MC1 is just a amazing dude, and we may or may not deserve him, but I'm very happy he's here. I love that man. And again, it's your life, it's your voice, First Amendment right. You can, if that's the hill you want to, stand an eye on, and you can. I don't agree with boycotting charities, but you have the right to say whatever you want in our free country. I mean, again, I don't know where Google gets these numbers where, oh, North Carolina only had like 58 billion in damage and LA had 258. Like I don't know where that comes from. Maybe you're right. Maybe the suffering was worse because they've been suffering for months, and LA. But again, I don't really like to, like, oh, who suffered more? Yeah, I don't really like to do that. What's up, Curtis Cooper? Curtis, my man, how you doing, brother? Then there's more damage in NC. North Carolina, whole town's gone. Jeez. I remember seeing some TikToks of some people trying to help and getting turned away. Yeah, billion. I mean, I'm not hating on you. I'm just saying I don't think we can. I mean, I'll just never say not to donate somewhere. Yeah, Mr. Armstrong being there's a travesty what happened. Agreed. Property do be more expensive. Yeah. And again, I would. I mean, for me, I don't. I'm saying I won't care, but I tend to try to treat people as individuals. And there's a book called by Dale Carnegie, like How to Win Friends and Influence People. And in one of the lines in the book is, God himself does not judge someone until they die. Why should you? So I really do try not to judge, and I do try to treat people on an individual basis. So again, I'm not going to say that I don't care if you're rich or you're poor. I care about people as people. And if someone's going through a hard time, I'll do my best to try to in some way help them, regardless of what's in their bank account. Aaron says, VeVe is still quite small. It would be difficult to cover every disaster. In a perfect world, sure, we'd like to help everyone. Agreed. The LA fires are in various neighborhoods, sort of homes, office, schools, restaurants, other businesses, jobs, livelihood for the rich and poor. No, agreed. They Thanos'd it. Yeah. They haven't even cleared the area, but there are less. So more lives lost in North Carolina. But yeah, so I mean, again, it's all bad. It's all horrible. I think so. North Carolina wasn't worse after, and the LA fires. Call what it is. I mean, again, bad all around. So 50 firefighters lost homes and are fighting fires while their own families were displaced. Oof. Have our 10K generated went to firefighters. Yeah. I mean, again, I understand where. Well, that's at Tucson. Never mind. And half of the communities via American Red Cross to help the needy, not the rich, who perhaps had arrangements. Fair point. Fair point. When you have a North Carolina charity, will fully support Mr. Epsilon doing stuff that he doesn't have to do. The man. Yeah. Mr. Epsilon saying peace. I mean, I don't. I mean, that's an option, but I mean, to someone that's lost so much already, I wouldn't ask him to do that. I assume he could help in other ways without selling his OMI. But Wes agrees. Damn, Tucson's real. Tucson, come on, man, you can't like that's cold, bro. You can't do that. Some bills put in to abolish the IRS and federal income tax. Oh heck yeah. Oh heck yeah. When Ron Paul first talked about just having a flat tax, if you have a flat tax, I would be okay with it. You don't need accountants, don't need whatever. Oh, okay. I made 200K this year. I'll pay my 20K in taxes. A flat 10% tax would be great. So there is something that I was worried about until talking with a friend today, because they're like, okay, well, if we cut all these taxes and we don't rein in the spending, what happens? Now, obviously, you have Doge that's doing a really good job of cutting the spending. They actually, if anyone ever goes to the U.S. debt clock, it's grown over the years, but it just shows you how much the government is spending any at all time. But now they have a Doge clock on there, and it's showing you how much they're saving. And so far, they've saved 24 billion, and it's been 6 days. So I really, really like this. I really like that they're saving a lot already. But again, if you can cut spending enough, then you can cut taxes. But if you just cut taxes and the government keeps spending, then the real cost of government isn't what it taxes, but it's what it spends. But I understand that if you cut taxes enough, let's say somebody that has let's say like a $10 million building. Well, they don't want to pay 30%, in taxes, so they won't sell it. But if it's only 10% tax, then they will. And even if it's like a 7 or 6% tax and they make the rest up with tariffs, whatever it is, then you have people that, like, I've known many of people that have tried to skirt around trying to pay taxes and caught up to the meaningful ones. It caught up to them eventually. And because if you have to pay like 30-40% taxes on something, there are people that will be like, you know what, I don't want to pay that, and they will risk going to jail. Tax evasion, they will risk it. But nobody's risking going to jail on that 7% or 6% taxes. So I don't think that's a really big. Did they win? I saw they tied it up.
Chiefs won.
Oh, they did. Oh, mother flapper. Wes is not happening, Bill. Brent says, Aaron, I've already donated my time and money. No, what about you? Fair point. Crypto low with no tax proposal has support. I don't see why it wouldn't. And again, even if the bill that was put in to abolish the IRS federal income tax, I don't think that'll actually gain any traction. But I don't think it really needs to, as long as if they just make it simple and they simplify the tax code, then you don't need that bill to abolish that. Like, a lot of these people won't even have a job. I mean, you have the 88,000 IRS agents that are already going to be out of a job, or Trump said he put them on the border. I would really love to see a few hundred of those guys. So like, yeah, you know what? Let me be not a leech. Let me go in and actually do something. And if they go by the border, I think that'd be great. Tucson, you gotta stop with you can't say that, man. Aaron saying, relax, boys. This is only for the crypto made in the USA. Yeah, which is fine. But again, that's at least something. And again, people are going to go and do that, put money in, just because, again, no taxes. That's going to draw a lot of people in. And then when they sell at a profit, they'll go in and they'll have the option to roll it into these alts. And once they get a taste of these alts that can do this 20x, 50x, there ain't no going back. Like, they're going to get addicted to that, because that's how it happens. Drew S. Blue Sport Stacker and Dr. P with what they're doing with the Ecomi. Agreed. All right, Tucson, we gotta put you in timeout, because that you can't be doing that, bro. Where was I? So someone says, I have OMI and Stacker waiting for Disney to join. Maybe one day. There's the same here, and I know they're working super, super hard to get that done. Yeah, I'm hopeful too. I think the crypto acceptance in the US and improved regs should help with more players and IPs opening. I think so too. LOL. Someone says, in-game tokens are so widely accepted, why not a utility token on chain? Yeah, I would agree with that as well. Aaron says, well, I tried. You did, Aaron. You did. Sorry, I read it wrong. Hard to say. Took 2 weeks off from my work and helped, but barely made a dent. Lots of non-perishable goods, clothing, and effort in cleaning trees. Damage. Hard to put it. Yeah, I mean, 2 weeks of someone's time could be worth like thousands, tens of thousands. So I would say, okay, I figured it out. There's on both $10 run costs. Generally, they'll do what they need to help with it. Any of you had seen the North Carolina Vixen went through and are still going through, be heartbroken. Yeah. Regardless of how you felt about my smartass comment. No, I get it. I mean, this is why the news like sucks, because like they only report on like negative things. But if you wanted to, you could look at like all of the horrendous things going on in the world, and it's daunting. It's like devastating, and it's just it's impossible to care about every single one of them and do something about every single, because it's just there's so much of that. I think that in the next probably in the next before the end of the century, turn of the new century. Well, let's talk about this century. Yeah, the World Health Organization in 2000 that said they wanted to have abject poverty by like 2015, and then they did it by 2013. You have more than half the world now has internet. The internet will be getting cheaper, and again, as literacy levels go up, abject poverty levels go down. It's actually a much better world today than it was 25 years ago. Despite what you hear on TV and the news, it's a much better world. So I think that by the end of the century, in the next 50 or 70 years, we go in and we see a huge improvement of quality of life for people. Again, we already have. Obviously, still a lot of work left to do, but I'm very bullish on humanity. Guys, goes to Avril Lavigne or something. Yo, I love Avril Lavigne. Avril Lavigne can make everything better. Love that. Yeah, it's a lot. I happened in Maui was very sus. I'd like to see I would love to see an investigation into that. And North Carolina too, where FEMA told to like skip over people because they were like Trump supporters. Like, bro, what the fudge? Okay, so I did not go over a lot of this news because we ended up talking here, but let's go over a little more, shall we? Let's chat. We have Crypto Cosmo purchasing his 8th partner statue. This one was for $1,180, but 8 partner statues. My man. So again, a way that things are turning positively. Previously, as seen in America last season in 2024, there was a man who was in America illegally. He was arrested in Florida after unaliving a 6-year-old while driving under the influence. It's in his 3rd DUI. He was continuously let go. Now he has an ICE detainer hold. And all of these people, like, I don't know how many of these violent illegals are being taken out, and it doesn't matter where they're from. If they're violent and criminals and they're not here legally, get rid of all of them. And I know some people like to focus on like, well, there was 150 Democrats that voted against that. Okay, yes, fair point. They should never voted against that. Vote them out. But I want to focus on the 59 Democrats that did. There's and that amount of work of reaching across the aisle and saying like, hey, we can have some of this inter-party cooperation when it benefits America. That's what I'm really bullish on. I'm ignoring the 150 Democrats that voted no, and I am focusing on the 59 that did the right thing and voted yes. Good times. Myron Awful goes in and says the Trump administration is eyeing zero capital gains tax for U.S.-based crypto projects, aiming to lure global investment into American soil. Non-U.S. crypto projects won't be so lucky. Eric Trump hinted at a 30% capital gains tax for foreign players. Oh, that's horrible. As experts say, the sharp divide is designed to attract global investments. With U.S.-based crypto markets at $550 billion and climbing, this policy could supercharge the sector and put America ahead in the blockchain race. Trump also wants to win the crypto game. New working group launched. He just flipped the script on U.S. crypto policy with an executive order creating a working group to explore Bitcoin stockpiles and craft a lighter regulatory framework. Leading the charge is crypto and AI czar David Sachs, longtime advocate for innovation. He's teaming up with the SEC, Treasury, and others to report back in 180 days. Oh God, what is this? In 180 days with recommendations on everything from stablecoins to federal crypto holdings. This move marks a 180 from the previous administration crackdown, and Trump's goal is crystal clear. God, where is it? Make the U.S. the world's crypto capital. And finally, a policy that treats the digital asset space like the trillion-dollar industry that it is. Shout out to Greg McClure, Crypto Investing Club, for reaching level 94. That dude is just on point. On point for that dude. Okay, moving on. Keep moving on. You have Connor or J. Connor Grogan saying there are 36.5 million crypto tokens today. We are on pace to have 100 million tokens by the end of 2025. Put it in perspective, 2017-2018 alt season had just 3,000 tokens, and 2013-2014 alt season had 500 tokens. That is wild. These people. Anyway, I should be marketing. I don't know, man. I don't know. But Trump telling Egypt and others it's their turn to accept immigrants. I mean, yeah, America is accepting, and most immigrants are fine, especially legal ones, but it's just the violent ones, get them out. But yeah, that was wild. People in North Carolina, yeah, agreed. Yeah, I put him in timeout. It said I banned him, but I could have sworn I just clicked putting him in timeout. There's a comment about IRS. I'm with you. Preach. Curtis Cooper says, I'll keep stacking OMI. OMI to the moon. Yo, preach, girl. Preach. Yeah, man. Says OMI will go to 15 cents this year. Dude, if it goes to 15 cents, I'm gonna kiss you. I'm not saying I'm gonna like it. I'm just saying it's gonna happen. Yeah, I don't know what I'd do. If I held my OMI, it'd be $30-ish million. I don't think I would hold it that. I'd probably start to sell it a couple cents. Oh God. Getting rid of the 80 extra K. Yeah, baby. So I guess I missed all the fun. Who did you guy named Tucson was just like really not being not productive at all. I understand certain people when they say something, criticize something, then whatever, but there was just nothing positive that came out of Tucson's mouth. And it's not that it just wasn't positive. Like you can say something negative and you could learn from it, but there was just nothing productive about what Tucson was saying. He was a skater boy. She said, see you later, boy. He wasn't good enough for her. Now he's a superstar. Slamming up. Let's keep issues. Yes. Hope for more of the same thing across the board. Of course. Oh, what's up, Justinify? How's it going, fam? We're going over some of the news here. We have some guy named Harriet P. Jones. I was completely drained last night. I joined a game from the Blue Pengs Discord and lost everything. I questioned it in the Discord and was removed. Do not join the Discord Blue Pengs. They will apparently drain your wallet. Kaki Gaijin saying another one. I'm happy with my custodials on VeVe. And Omi Homie Roble saying, yep, that's exactly why VeVe Official is ahead of the industry, focused on the ease of use for the mainstream population. Agreed. Renewals. Oh, okay. This is from today. Oh, very good. Very good. In terms of ones, Curtis is a legend. He is. We love him. We love the Curtis. Sorry, I got a text. Oh, okay. Didn't talk about the fundamentals yet. It's an hour 15 in. CZ Binance saying, stick with fundamentals. Time will be on your side. A hot market may have many opportunities or quick returns, but it is best to stick with fundamentals. I say this is why I stick with VeVe Official and their OMI token. I do requote that tweet or requote that post. And I had said, what did I say? This is why I stick with VeVe Official and their OMI token, DEVVE ecosystem and their DEVVE token, and Definity Network with their Definity token. Fundamentals are temporary, but fundamentals are forever. Also, I'm doing a thing. I said, hey, VeVe Official fam, what's your desired amount of pages for reading a comic? 20 pages or less, 21 to 24 pages, 25 to 29 pages, or 30 plus pages. So far, it's a tie between 20 or less or 21 to 24 pages. Unfortunately, I might have to go, like, this comic that I thought was going to be like, 22, 24, 20, it's going to be like 32, 30 something pages. So I mean, you'll get more content. It'll be better bang for your buck, even though like $11 for 34 page for 35, $11 for 30 pages would be the same as like, would be a better deal than $7 for 20 pages, but you're getting like 32-ish you'll get. There's just a lot that I've been writing, and it's good. It's a good story, and I think people will be happy. I think people that take the time and be like, all right, let's see what you got. Oh, who's this? Oh, who's that? Oh, what are they doing? Oh, I think it'll be really fun. Yeah, very excited for it. I vote for the right. That's what it's about. Yep. Again, I don't think VeVe seems to be making it about that. But yeah. Look, how to use this market? Yeah, market is going. It's going down, down. You spin my head right round, when you go down, when you go down. Sorry. Yeah, it's a jumping off cliff there. Oh, yeah, Bitcoin at 101 now. Will it go under 100 again? We'll see. I mean, all this pro crypto stuff and like this is stupid. Like the entire crypto market should be getting this giant pump, and everyone's like, nah, we're just gonna sell. That's so stupid. That is idiotic. OMI down about 0.3% on the day. DEVVE's up about 0.3% on the day. Definity, I know, is down quite a bit, down about 10% on the day. What's Senate doing? So yeah, gaming hasn't been all that good lately, dude. Senate's at like 2.5 cents. Let's do some Essence here. Let's take a look at what the Essence is at. It's 5.5 cents, pretty low. Let's take a look at Illuvium. Got just a little more gaming, metaverse stuff, down about 5. Oh, damn, $30. This is like these are like all-time lows for. This is an all-time low for Illuvium. I don't think it's ever been this low. I should probably get more. Mr. Adams, I'm impressed with the Ecomi community, still here and focused on helping. Dr. Profits, Curtit, Dr. Rolex, Viral, Ernie, Randy, Dr. Stuff, Crypto Rain, and so many others. Each of these talented, ethics, ethical, and committed to get stuff done and built collaboratively with Ecomi. Agreed. Mr. Emerson one says 25 pages. Yeah, I would like, so it's already a lot of pages. It's already like 20. I'm like working on the 27th page now, and it's not going to be. It's got to be. It'll probably be like 32 pages. Who do I have doing the illustrations? There's a couple of people. So Greg Weick is going to do one of the covers. He's responsible for a bunch of different. I asked Anthony Francisco, like, hey, what would you charge for? So artists, understandably, because their work is specialized, they have to do like to draw like a comic, just one comic book page, takes like hours. Because you have to do like the rough draft, you have to do the coloring, you have to fill everything, and it just takes so long. So, like $100 to $200 a page, and that's on the super cheap side, is a lot. So I was like, okay, well, what if like one page, like maybe I could do that. So I asked Anthony Francisco, hey, what do you charge, for like a cover art? I was like, typically about 4,500, but near my friend, 3,500, and I was like, so I was like, damn. Now, granted, he's the creator of Baby Groot and the Dora Milaje, so obviously that type of stuff is, he would charge a premium. So to create at the low end, let's say 150 a page, which it's obviously going to be a bit more, but let's just say 150. 32 pages, that's $4,800. If it was 32 pages, not including the cover arts, and so like again, this is why we're going to have to do like $11 and like 3,000 editions, because like obviously VeVe's going to take some, so it's rough out there, Holmes. It's hard. But then there's a guy that's between that 1 and 2. It's on the lower end. But yeah, and he's good. Like it looks like a legit. I can show you a page. Let me go to. I posted it on my Facebook. Wow, we're going way back here. So like it looks really good. It looks just like a legit comic. He's good. So I mean, yeah. So I'll say about that. Oh, so right. I get why you don't say it that way. I do about VeVe not making it about that. The way I do about VeVe. Yep. I get you don't say. Yeah. Okay. Can you help me not feel this way? I'm from that area and I don't live there now, but it feels like that to me. Help me. Yeah, sure. So, I mean, when you take a look at, I obviously let's take a look at like a super red state, by like West Virginia, right? There's still Democrats that live in West Virginia. Let's take a look at like New York City. I mean, New York in general is well, honestly, outside of New York City, Long Island's fairly red. New York State is fairly red, but New York City is just super Democrat. But you have people, like you have Republicans in New York City. So in North Carolina, it's not just Trump supporters there. Like obviously there are some. I mean, maybe not anymore. Maybe in the area now that just got hecked by the Biden administration, maybe there is no more Biden supporters. I don't know, but I'll tell you right now, like there are a bunch of people that I know in LA that are Republicans, and it's just yeah. And I know people that got evacuated that are Republicans. So like because stuff happens. Um, so it's are most people in LA probably Democrats? Yeah. Are most people in where you're at North Carolina Republicans? Yeah. Um, so again, VeVe definitely wants to be seen as just the helper of everybody. Please trust me when I say that they are not doing it because one is rich and a certain political affiliate and one is poor and a certain political affiliate, because I guarantee you that's not the case. Guarantee it. My Bible says I only had a 20-page thesis for my master's. Nice. What was that in? JKRB giving me those thumbs up, those different colored thumbs up. What percentage of Republicans live in LA? Or how many people in LA are Republicans percentage-wise? I don't know, like 5%. Well, let's see. How many people in LA are Republicans? We'll go Pew Research Center. I feel like is good. Party affiliation amongst adults in the LA metro area. Party affiliation among adults in the Los Angeles metro area. 29% are Republican or lean Republican. 20% there's no lean, and then 51% are Democrat or lean Democrat. So it's actually a lot more Republicans in LA than I thought. Yeah, and again, this is from Pew Research Center, and I remember them being pretty good. Now, when is this from? Got to be recent, right? It doesn't give a date on this, but I'm sure. But that was the first thing that came up. Yeah. Anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. I would bet at least 80 or 90, in LA are Democrats, 6% Western North Carolina. Yeah. So again, just on the Pew Research Center there, 51% are Democrat or lean Democrat, 29% are Republican or lean Republican, and 20% there's just no lean. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Tweet. It's good for the YouTube algorithm. I'll be here Monday and Tuesday, and that's it. And then I'm gone for a few days. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. Thank you for the discussion. More news tomorrow. I will talk to y'all later. Bye, guys. Meow, 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 meow. Oh, okay. Avril Lavigne, right? Exit song, Avril Lavigne. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry, girl, but you missed out. Well, tough luck, that boy's mine now. We are more than just good friends. This is how the story